Okay. I am ready to dive back in. I have been away from Shadowdark for a while in terms of my solo series. And I wanted to come back to it. So this particular session is going to be me fiddling around with creating characters. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. Don't think I'm going to be doing anything else. There is a possibility of creating some more things, but I think for the most part, I just want to get my feet back into the Shadowdark space again. Now with added, or rather now with more homogenized rules. Last time I was playing, I was using the Oracle system from Ironsworn and Ironsworn Starforged. This time, I'm going to be using Shadowdark. So this is a good asset for people who want to do solo games in Shadowdark. It's also just a fairly trimmed down rule set, and it also helps you find various things that you might need as a soloist. Things on YouTube to find, blogs, podcasts, etc. And what I really like about this is that it just tells you what books you can look in for various things. If you need a monster, it tells you what pages in the Shadowdark RPG, plus other resources as well, NPCs, treasure, encounter, dungeon, and wilderness stuff. So I might actually use some of these books depending on my mood and stuff at the time. But for right now, I'm going to try to keep to Shadowdark. And of course, the art in this is fantastic. And it has a pretty simple Oracle system where you choose how likely something is. If something is even odds, you just roll a d20, and a 1 to 9 is no, a 10 is a twist, and 11 to 20 is a yes. If you roll something that is likely, you choose the highest of the two. If you roll something that is unlikely, you choose the lowest of the two. And there's also odd numbers. If there's an odd number, there might be something unique about the situation. A natural 1 and a natural 20 is the extreme of those is possible, which is kind of cool. And then the various prompts, verbs, and nouns to help all soloists and all GMs create sort of a pull from things. And these are D100 tables, which I like that it's not a D20, a D100. Let's just pick something random. 91 would be banish what? Banish what? 98. Banish motive. Banish motive. So get rid of someone's motive, or maybe banish your own motive. Whatever. These are prompts that we can use, and that's it. It's a really simple document. I believe the Arcane Library has this up on their website as a free PDF, and then you can order it to print. It's not very expensive. Personally, I like physical copies, as people know. So I'm going to be using the Shadowdark rules to play Shadowdark. And the world in which I'm going to be playing in is one that I've been playing ever since I started playing solo Shadowdark. Is I made a hex map exclusively with the rules and the tables within the core rulebook of Shadowdark, with some minor exceptions of naming things I pulled from other sources. The world that I created, or this mini adventure hex map called the Perilous Badlands, as mapped by Veroline, a cartographer. We don't know much about this person, but we have a 6-mile hex map with the various terrains and the various numbers on them. It's kind of hard to see for you guys, probably. But if I wanted to look at this one, this is Hex 1. And so I would go to page 1, and it's a forest, and there's a town there. And these are numbered all the way, all these hexes. This is Hex 42. It's mountain. It's unsafe. Let's go down to, something else. Aha, here we go. Hex 41. There's a forest, there's a river, and there's a village, a safe village. And the various things within here. And then the points of interests, I fill this out as I need it. And this is kind of what I've been using to create the world as I play. And what's really fun about this is that ideally, whenever I come back here, I'll always have like an updated version of the last known sort of the players. My players would come in here, they would interact with the world, I would fill it out, and the next time that I come in here, I would know where various things are. So I've already filled out that there is a hideout of a bugbear king in Hex 41, and that something already happened there, and I can already fill out the things, the traps, if there was any monsters, if they were killed, and if I want to restock that dungeon. And so I don't have to remake the dungeon, because it'll be a living, breathing world that's not going to change just because I came back into the hex. A new dungeon's not going to be re-rolled and rediscovered. It'll just be the hex that has the hex will stay static, meaning once I populate it with stuff, it'll be that stuff for the rest of the campaign and the rest of the life of this particular campaign setting. So I've kind of created a mini campaign setting to throw various characters into and to play in. And so we're going to use that, the Perilous Badlands. And I also have 2 other journal things that I want to try out using as my note-taking. I have a player's, a character journal for Shadowdark. This was an Amazon sort of purchase. The maker, Todd Pickens. I think I covered this before, but I think I'm actually going to utilize this time. And this basically has your character sheet, your notes, and the various things that you would have, spells, important NPCs that you have, that you've met, and then like rumors and quests that you've found. Not to mention your adventures that you've done in Fallen Friends, and then some actual notes for travel and dungeon crawling notes. And then I'm going to be playing this game with 2 characters, so that's why both of these are bookmarked, and so I'm going to use this. I'm also going to utilize the DM journal, which is made by the same guy, and this basically is an ongoing thing that's very much kind of like what this is already, but this will have more stuff in conjunction and important to these characters and any characters that I make with this notebook in mind. And it has mostly the book is covered with session notes. So I might write various things that happen per session. I might include more than one session for this amount of paper, and then I can write what what pages they're on and everything like that. So that'll be nice. And as I fill out the player names, the notes, and the characters, and the various characters that they come up with, important NPCs, special treasure, magic items and stuff, that as I create them, I can put them in here, and so I don't have to find them here as well. So it'll be a nice way of keeping track of the campaign, and we'll see how it flows. I don't know how well this is going to go, but, you know, we got to start somewhere, right? Okay, so first things first, I think I'm going to create a few characters here, and we are going to do the standard style of creating. I don't know what we're going to get, but let us get our 3d6 and let us roll down the line, and we will see what we get, right? Characters. There we go. All right. Strength is 11 plus 3, 14. So strength is already 14. That's pretty good. That means we cannot re-roll this. I play pretty tight with that. And, 10, 11 is Dex. And Constitution, not 10. At least it's not negative. All right, Intelligence is going to be... Intelligence is not very high. Intelligence is 6. Oh, this is really fun. Wisdom, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Charisma. Let's make up for that low intelligence with some funny... He's going to be a fool, right? Nope, doesn't look like it. 6, 7. All right, 7. So, what are their modifiers? I forget them off the top of my head. But let's start with strength is 14. So that's a +2. Dex is 11, that's 0. Con is 0. Intelligence, I think, is it's -2. It's pretty bad. And also, charisma is -2, and wisdom 0. So, this feels like we are going to be a fighter, or some sort of strength-based character. I think we're just going to make a fighter. And we're going to go with there, yes. So let's actually look at the ancestries. Dwarf, elf, goblin, half-orc, halfling, human. I want to roll this. So I'm going to roll a d6, and I already have this written out. Yes, I write in my books. I think anyone with any sort of note-taking needs should use their book as a notebook as well, to remind yourself of things down the road, or if you change rules, you can scribble it out. You can write new things in there. You can modify things if you want to homebrew, yada, 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 all that. I think writing in a book that you are going to use is fine by me. All right, so let's roll a d6. Let's see what kind of... 4. We're going to be a half-orc. All right, you have +1 bonus to attack and damage with melee. Well, that is going to work out with us. So we are a half-orc. Oops. Half-orc. And we get mighty. So we get +1 attack and +1 damage. +1 bonus to attack and damage with melee. Cool. And we know common and orcish. All right, so let's write that under notes. Common. And I don't know why I always go CH. Orcish. Here we go. Okay. And I think the title, well, we haven't figured, let's see, towering tusked warriors who are daring as humans and as relentless as orcs. Okay, we are level 1. Well, you know what? Because the last time that I played, well, spoiler alert, things happened to my previous campaigns, multiples. Bad rolls, various things like that. I think I'm going to start my characters at level 3, just so things are a little more beefier and things like that. So I'm going to level them up a couple of times. So as a fighter, I'm going to say they are level 3. And I know the XP we need when we level up. We need, oops. Hold on. We need 30 XP. So we need 30 XP to level up. Okay. All right, and as a level 3 fighter, we aren't lawful, chaotic, or neutral. I need to choose that. So let us chaotic, lawful, and neutral. So this is a D3. I know, look at me writing in my book. 1, 2, and 3. And because I don't really mind, I also could do a D6 here. Yeah, I think I might do a D6 here instead. I know, so I know this hurts some people, but, you know, it is what it is. So this is going to be a D6. I think a 1 is going to be chaotic. A 2 to 3 is lawful, and 4 to 5 is going to be neutral, and 6 is choose. There we go. Perfect. That's good by me. Let's roll a d6. 6. We get to choose. All right. Well, we get to specifically choose if we want to be chaotic, lawful, or neutral. I don't know yet what my character is feeling. I know the world in which that they are from. One of the major things that is a really good tip from the Solo Game Master's Guide by Geek Gamers. A wonderful tome, by the way. I highly recommend everyone picking this up, PDF or physical copy, if they still have them. She has a really good tip here in creating the setting first before you create your character. You'll be able to put that character in that setting easier. And I fully agree. I found it much easier to put a character into a world rather than build the world around the character. And we know that this setting, the Perilous Badlands, is very classical Shadowdark. We've run wizards, we've run fighters, we've run priests, we've run I think I've run a thief in here as well. So all the core classes, all the standard high fantasy stuff is in this game, is in this region, if you will. So and the major towns that they're from, the towns, we have not filled out the town in number 1, which we probably should at some point. I have a, where is it? I'm going to have to get it off camera because I can't find it right this second. But I have another document that has the list of the various, here it is. Of course, it's right in front of me. There we go. Perfect. So this is the master one, and I scanned it and then I printed it out again to put it in here. But this tells me all the various places that we have, and the various towns. There's a couple of villages, and there's one safe town. bright lantern, that's lawful. Then there's an unsafe village, which is neutral. Then there is a tree fall, which is risky. The town itself is neutral. But there's like a dragon nearby. So, yeah, so there's a few places that my characters can come from, but we will cross that bridge when we absolutely need to. All right, so I haven't figured out what their alignment is, but we do know they're going to be a fighter and level 3, and we will fill out their title in a moment. Their deity does my character care? I don't think I'm going to fill this out yet. I don't know where they are, and so yeah, I don't know what we're going to do that. But there is one thing that we can fill out, is their background. So let's roll a d20 and see what kind of background they have. Ooh, that's hard to see, but that's a 3. Cult initiate. You know blasphemous secrets and rituals. Okay, so they were a cult initiate. Cult initiate, and I'm going to just say page 26. So they know blasphemous secrets and rituals. Okay. Blasphemous secrets and rituals. All right. Let us figure out the stats for fighter. Really simple. D8 plus con mod at first level, and that's the only time you add the con mod. But it's just a 0, so it's just a D8. 7, that's not too bad. So we're going to start with 7 HP. Oh, there we go. It's a D8. So 7. And then currently our AC is 10. All right. And then we add our custom modifier to my gear slots, which is 0. All right, so dwarf. Let's see here. First level characters. 1 talent roll. Okay, so let's roll on the talent. 2d6. 6 and 4 is 10. So choose one kind of armor. You get +1 AC from that armor. Okay, so we get +1 AC from a particular kind of armor. We haven't even bought an armor, but I'm just going to write it down. +1 AC from blank armor. All right, and then strength or dexterity, you have advantage on checks of that type to overcome opposing force. I think just because we're going to lean heavily into the strength, so we're going to do, grit, and then I'm going to do strength. So that means that we have advantage on strength checks to overcome. Yep, cool. So grit is strength, mighty is +1 attack and damage, and +1 AC. All right, so we might just be like a tank, hopefully. And then weapon mastery, choose one type of weapon, such as longswords, and you gain +1 attack and damage with that weapon. In addition, add half your level to these rolls, round down. Cool. All right. Okay, so we have to go, and it looks like we have weapon mastery. Weapon mastery. And I'm going to say it's probably going to be the longsword for this guy. All right, let us go look at the equipment. Now, I think we start with certain kinds. I forget how much money. Starting gear. I believe that is under the equipment. And then we will... Oh, that's back here, actually. The equipment. Come on. Where is it? Where is the equipment? Oh, here we go. Okay, so armor. We could get +1 with leather armor. Chainmail. We might do chainmail, but we need some money. So let's roll our starting amount. I think our starting is 2d6 times 5. All right. So, 6, 7, 8 times 5 is... Oh, wow. 8 times 4 is 32. And so that's 40. So they have 40 gold. That's not a lot. Okay. Oh, wow, there's no gold list on here. Let's just do 40 GP. Okay. All right. So let's look at the various gold. We can only afford leather armor. So we probably would just say, leather armor. All right, so 11 plus dex mod, which is 0. So we're going to do leather. So our AC is 11. But because I think we're going to do AC from +1 AC from leather armor. Okay. So our AC is actually going to be 12, which isn't too bad. It's not great, but and that brings us our gold down to 30. And we need a weapon. Let's get a weapon. I think, how much is a longsword? 9 gold. And a shield. How much is a shield? The shield is 10. Let us do... And how much is a bastard? A bastard sword is 10 gold. But longsword, D8 or a D10, takes up 2 slots. And his strength is 14. And I think that is how many things he can... carry. You can carry a number of items equal to your strength stat or 10. Okay, so I think he's going to get the bastard sword. Equipment. So bastard sword, and that takes up this slot too. And yep, so that is attack. The sword is a D8 or D10 two-handed plus. So he has a plus his strength because he's a fighter. He adds his strength to his roll. Let me verify. It is funny, I have played this game a lot, but I just want to verify. So bastard sword, he gets +1 attack and damage with that weapon. So he's going to add weapon mastery, bastard sword, +1 attack, and +1 damage. So he gets a total of mighty, so +2 attack, so he gets a +4. He gets a +4 to his attacks, I think. Yes. So, yeah, weapon mastery. Choose one type of weapon, such as longswords. You gain +1 attack and damage. In addition, add half your level. Ooh. +1 half level. rounded down. So he adds 1 because he's level 3. Okay, so he currently gets a +5 bonus to these attacks, and he gets a plus what damage? Because of Mighty and also Weapon Mastery, he gets a +2 damage, and I believe Weapon Mastery also allows him to gain damage with that. So he gets +5 to the damage. Are you kidding me? You gain +1 to attack and damage with that weapon type. In addition, add half your level to these rolls. Wow, the fighter... I haven't had a fighter like this in a while. This fighter can really hit hard if he hits. So that's +5 damage if he hits. It's a D8 D8 +5 or D10 +5 with two-handed. And +5 to hit. That's insane. And that's if he keeps using the Bastard Sword. If he has to pick up something else, that will be a completely different story. He only adds his strength to those rolls. Okay. So the Bastard Sword is 10 gold. So that we need to go down to 20 gold. And Bastard Sword. And I believe leather armor takes up 1 gear slot. Leather armor, and we can hold up to 14. So right now, this is our max, is right here. And yeah, okay. So, names. Let's roll a name, shall we? We are a half-orc, but let's see what... let's roll a couple of them. We got a 20 and a 10. 20, Zoran, or 10, Drago. I like Zoran. Okay. Zoran, the half-orc fighter. I believe... You know, I think he is going to be neutral. So he's going to be currently he's a barbarian. Alignment is neutral. Okay. He also, because he's level 3, I need 2 more rolls for the fighter class. No, 1 more roll. He at level 1, and then I believe is at level 3 is level advancement. Let's see, level 3, talent +1, and yes, so 1 more talent at +1, and you get any your maximum HP increases, and you might also gain talent. Okay, so I need to roll the D8 twice for level 4 +4 and 4, so +8. 7 plus 8 is 14. No, 15. 7 plus 4 is 11. Yeah, so 15. So he has 15 health. And pardon me. And I believe I need 1 more roll at level 3 for the 2d6. We got 2 and a 5, so 7. +2 to strength, dex, or con. So with his sort of thing, he adds his constitution modifier to my gear slots. So if I add 2 to con, I can carry 2 more items. If I add 2 to strength, I can hit and do a lot more damage. If I add it to dex, I could add my AC. I'm already doing a lot of damage. I actually might do +2 to Dex. So Dex goes to 13, which I believe is 13. Oops, where is it? Where's... Yeah, 13 is a +1. So Dex is now a +1. So if we find a ranged weapon, we can actually maybe use it. Okay, what else do we need? We have 20 gold left. We bought a armor and a sword. Oh, his AC goes up because it's 11 plus Dex. Right? That is how leather armor works. Hold on. Again, this is my brain doing my brain things. 11 plus Dex mod, so we add +1, so our AC is actually 13 now. Okay. Let's see here. We could get the crawling kit, which I think I will, which is 7. Yeah. So, 7. So we're down to 13 gold left. And we're going to add some stuff. All right. So we got backpack, which is so we can carry stuff. I'm just going to write, backpack, because if you don't have a backpack, you can't put a lot of this stuff in your character. All right, so we got torch. One torch equals 1 inventory slot. Okay, we got rations, and we have 3 of them. 3. Iron spikes. We got 10. And we got grappling hook. That's good. And then we got rope. 60 feet. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, and also flint and steel. Flint, steel. Okay. Do we want to buy anything else? Do we want to buy like a longbow or a short bow or something just to have a ranged thing? Let's see. Where are the other items? A lantern would be helpful. I think he wants to get... I think caltrops might be helpful. But since he's going to be up in everyone's arms, that'll be fine. I think that is all that he wants to get. Okay. Okay, so I think that's good for our fighter. And our background is set. And he is all good to go. Now let's roll up our second character. So I'm going to write, this is, oops. Oh God, I can't do that. That won't work. All right, our next character, I'm going to probably go a little bit quicker, hopefully a little bit quicker. And then after this, I think I might have to call it here. Okay, let's go 3d6 down the line. Ooh. That's a 9 for strength. I already know that's a -1. 8, 9, 10 for dex. If none of these is 14, I am going to re-roll them. Ooh, 8, 9 again for con. That's -1 to con. That's horrible. Intelligence. 8, 9. Wait, 8. Oh, 6. That's 11. Okay. Wisdom. Ooh, okay. 10, 12. Okay, these are all really low. And then charisma, 6, 7, 8. I am going to re-roll because I don't like this, and there's, yeah, yep. I'm going to re-roll these because none of these are, one of them is at least 14. That's just kind of hard, and I'm just going to allow myself to do that. All right, let's re-roll down the line. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 for strength. Okay. Ooh, okay. 5, 8, 11 dex. Okay. Constitution. 3, 6, 9. Constitution again. These numbers just are very middling. Ugh. As again, 9 for intelligence. This is okay. Wisdom. Ew. Oh, that's 11. That's 12. 12 wisdom. Again, okay, come on, charisma, you can do it. Oops. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 charisma. This is very similar to the last rolls. Do I, no, I can't. I can't keep this. I can't keep this. There's, again, solo rules. It is me. It's my game. I just want something that this person can do. It's definitive. I just want... Okay, this is 10. This is 12 strength. Okay. 8 plus 4, 12 dex. Con, 8, 10 con. All right, intelligence. I'm gonna have to keep this one regardless. I just don't want to keep re-rolling. That's 11 intelligence again. Wow, okay. Wisdom is 11, 12, 13. Okay, 13 wisdom. And charisma. Oh, wow. Okay, 16 charisma. Well, we're definitely keeping this then. Okay. 12s are 1s. Plus 1s. 10s are 0s. 11s are 0s. 13s are plus 1. And 16 is plus 3. Okay. Let's roll our ancestry again. D6. 6. Human. Okay. Human. Level 3 for this guy. Need 30 XP. Hit die. Okay. Common and 1 additional common. All right. Let's roll. Common languages. Common, and I think we've established that there are... I think I'm going to have this guy speak Orcish because he is traveling with the half-orc. So, Common and Orcish. So, Common, Orcish. Okay. They are going to be... with a charisma-based wisdom, dex, strength. Wisdom would be a priest, which I've done before. And that would be fine, because we do need healing. Yeah. Yeah, why don't we do priest? Okay. So, we know celestial, diabolic or primordial. I think I'm going to do celestial. And deity, I'm going to choose I'm going to probably do Ord. Neutral. Class is going to be the priest. And a level 3 neutral priest is a invoker. Okay. And a human name. Let's roll a couple of these for options. 6 and 6. 6 and 3. For human, Clara or Denton. I think Clara, Denton, yeah. And Clara is going to be our human priest. And she... the deity that she Ord. Yep, Ord is neutral. And her background... 16, a scout. So scout, you survived stealth, observation, and speed at some point. Okay. Interesting. Stealth, observation, and speed. Observe and speed. Okay. And priest class, a D6 is her hit die. Let's roll that 3 times. 2 plus con, nothing. So 2 plus 6, 8 plus 2, 10. So 10 HP. And she can wear all armor and shields. I think, being of Ord, let's roll her 2d6 times 8. 5 times 8, so that's another 40 GP to start. She can use club, crossbow, dagger, mace, longsword, staff, warhammer. She's gonna use a crossbow and a, let's see, and a dagger. Those will be her main attacks. That is actually finesse. So the crossbow I know has some special features, but I'll get to that in a second. Let us roll her first priest talent, 2d6. And as a human, she gets another one at level 1. So she gets 3 total at level 3. So first one is 6, plus 1 to melee or ranged. So she gets a plus 1. Plus 1 attack to, I'm going to say, ranged. Okay. And then her second one, because of being a human, at level 1, they get an additional talent roll at level 1. Okay, 7 again. Plus 1 to ranged or melee attacks. I think also she's going to get a plus 1 to plus 1 attack to melee, just to round it out, so she can do both. You know what? Screw it. I'm actually going to double down on the ranged attack, so she gets a plus 2 to ranged. Okay. And then at level 3, because level 3 they get their second talent roll. She get another 7. Wow. Okay. No, 7. Did I get 6s or? Hold on. Did I get 7s or? I don't know, but I read 7 here, and I plus 1 to priest spellcasting. That's one. Fine. Plus 1 to priest spellcast. Okay. Plus 1 to priest spellcasting. That's great. effectively means that we get a +2 to the spell casting, to the tier. And we know 2 tier spells, so that's good. We're going to write down our spells that we know. We know Turn Undead. It's a tier 1. Turn Undead. And I'm not going to write them all out on here, on camera. Doesn't need to, but we know two more. So let us pick them, though. At level 3, we're going to know 3 tier 1 and 1 tier 2. So we're going to know 4 total spells. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Tier 1, tier 1, tier 1, and then tier 2. Okay. Tier 2. So I need to pick 3 level tier 1. Sorry, I'm so used to another game, and D&D has spell levels as well, and it's very confusing. So the tier system is much better. I just need to retrain my brain. Okay. Let us pick the spells first. We've already got the weapons. We already know that we're going to get a crossbow and a dagger. Okay. I take it back. I'm going to do the spells last for the priest stuff. So let's just get some equipment. The crawling kit. So they can hold 12 things in their backpack. And they're going to get, with 40, they're going to get leather armor. Leather. So that's going to be 11 plus Dex mod 5. So that's 12 is AC. And that's 10 gold. So that goes down to 30. All right. So now we need crossbow is 8 gold. So let's go down to 28. I just realized that I wrote GG instead of GP. So now we have a crossbow. I believe that takes up 2 large loading. Okay, so it cannot move while loading the crossbow. Okay. 2-handed is the crossbow. That's fine. 2 slots. Okay, so the crossbow only takes up 1 slot. We also have a dagger, which is 1 gold. So we go down to 27. Dagger. And that is D4. D4, and this is a D6. And yeah, two-handed loading. And this is a finesse and thrown. Okay. Leather armor, I bought that. Bought the crossbow, bought the dagger. Now let's buy the 7 GP thing, the backpack. So we have the flint steel, the grappling hook, the torch, so 2 torches, rations, we need 3, iron spikes, 10, and then rope, 60 feet. Okay, so we got 3 more slots for Clara. And now let's go back to our spells and the pre-spell list. So I think we're definitely going to pick Cure Wounds. Cure Wounds, for sure. Going to Light. And we need one more. I think we're going to do Protection from Evil. From Evil. And one tier 2. Augury, Bless, Blind or Deafen, Cleanse, Weapon, Smite, and Zone of Truth. I'm going to have to look at those. Again. Let's see. Here we go. Cure Wounds is 1. Okay. All right. So we got tier 2. Cleansing Weapon. Purifying Flames. So this does extra D4 damage. And versus, what does the... Okay. Cleansing Weapon does extra... No. What does Smite do? SM. That's SM. Come on. QRS. You can call down Punishing Flames. D6 damage. You can see within range of near. So close, the near. So within... not as far as you can see. Okay. And then the other option, Zone of Truth, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Compel a creature to see this, to speak the truth. That'd be interesting. Blind or Deafen, I don't reckon, I mean, that makes sense. I think I would understand what that means. Augury is interpret meaning of supernatural portents and omens. I think this spell is interesting for solo play. I think I've talked about it before. You ask the GM one question about a specific course of action. It says whether the action will lead to weal or woe. Effectively, the GM will give you sort of a direction on if it's a good or bad thing. And for us as solo players, we're kind of doing both. So the Augury spell in a game like this is a little interesting. Bless would be interesting because we can give luck tokens. But as a solo, during Solo Dark, we get extra luck tokens anyway. So I think I'm going to bypass that. So I think I'm just going to get... and Bless. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get Smite. Just because it's a damaging weapon. Or a damaging spell. Okay, so I think that is... all that we need to start. I'm going to end here. It's been a longer episode than I had intended. Just because, well, one, it's been a bit since I've created a character. As you can tell, it doesn't actually take that long. I was just back and forth and everything like that. So, I will wrap it up with both Aclara and Zoran. Within the Perilous Badlands, we will drop them into the world on their next episode, or on the next session. But until then, folks, I'll see you on the flip side. Peace.